And we're going to start it with an incredibly special guest, a dear friend of the headliner, Jim Flannigan, who is going to come up and do a few minutes. So hilarious. He is also the co-creator and co-host of their podcast, What Do We Know, with Hari and Jim. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a huge round of applause. The hilarious Hari.
Good evening. Well, you can probably tell just by looking at me that I'm very proficient in Microsoft Excel. My name is Hari. That's an Indian name. That's spelled H-A-R-I. I also go by Hard. That's my autocorrect name. Hi, I'm Hard. That's how most of my emails start. Anyone else here with some interesting autocorrect names? Any Barts or Reginas out there? My brother, his name is Nagy. That's spelled N-A-G-Y. He also goes by Not Gay. That's his autocorrect name. I'm not gay. I'm Hard. I'm Hard and I'm 43 years old. Which, I don't know if that's old or not. I think it really depends on how old you guys are. I think we have a pretty good mix here. To some of you, I'm probably the young, cocky, bad boy. And to some of you, I could be your mom's special friend. That's Mr. Hard to you. Been trying to save money. It's been tough. I just had to spend $455 to replace the brakes and rotors on my '97 Toyota Corolla. Which means now my car is worth negative $455. This is technically correct because a few years ago somebody blew up a stop sign and hit the side of my car. And I went to the insurance company and they said, well, it's just body damage. However, your car is nearly 20 years old, has about 200,000 miles on it. We're going to have to total it out. So here's your Starbucks gift card. We're very sorry for your loss. Fine, I don't mind driving around an old car because I live in the city and I'd be too worried, if I had a new car, I'd be too worried about something happening to it. You can tell people are worried about their cars because they put these protective covers over their rear bumpers. Because, you know, they want to protect the thing that's meant to protect the rest of the thing. How many condoms can you wear before it's not fun anymore? I saw a guy driving around, he had no bumper. No bumper. I call him the raw dog. Saving money has been tough, especially when you keep buying things. Over the holidays, I purchased myself a 75-inch flat-screen smart HD TV. HBO Go, Netflix, Hulu. I've become quite the couch potato. What I need to do is take my lazy butt over to the gym and cancel that membership. What a huge waste of money that's become. Now that I have all these other memberships. Had lunch with an old friend that I haven't seen in nearly 20 years. Here's a piece of advice. Please don't use the word only to describe any amount of time that you've spent in prison. Kind of makes me feel like you wouldn't mind going back. Now you can probably tell just by looking at me that I used to run with a bad crowd. But I grew out of that my junior year, you know? I learned from those Scared Straight programs. You guys remember Scared Straight? Where you get some at-risk teens together and you get some criminals to scare them out of it? Like, you like getting in trouble? How do you like getting fucked in the ass? Non-consensually. I grew out of it. Some of my friends, they did not grow out of it. Like my old buddy Ben. He dropped out when he was 16, had a few run-ins with the law. I didn't hear from him again for about 20 years, till he tracked me down on Facebook. Because isn't that what Facebook's for? To reconnect you with your troubled past? So he wanted to hang out. I agreed to meet up. I didn't know what to say. So I said, Ben, how was prison? And he said, which time? I said, I don't know, man, the last time? He said, oh, the last time I only served 2 years. Only served 2 years? Do you have any idea the amount of things that I've done over the last 2 years while you've just been sitting in prison? And then I felt bad. Because as I started to think about all of my accomplishments over the last 2 years, I thought, I might as well have been sitting in prison. At least he got some exercise. Thank you very much. My name is Rosemont IL.